Tension is brewing in the Bay of Bengal. Myanmar has refused India's request to let its navy visit the Coco Islands, a tiny island chain just 100 kilometers from India's Andaman and Nicobar bases. And why is that a big deal? Because satellite images suggest that China might be operating a secret signals intelligence base there aimed directly at India's most sensitive naval and missile sites. So what's really happening near India's eastern flank? Is Myanmar quietly letting China spy on India? And why is the Bay of Bengal turning into the new battleground between India and China? Let's break it down. Segment 1. What are the Coco Islands? The Coco Islands are a small group of islands located in the northeastern part of the Bay of Bengal, belonging to Myanmar. They're divided into Great Coco and Little Coco, sitting barely 100 kilometers north of India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Historically, these islands were under British control and later handed over to Burma, now Myanmar, after independence. But here's where it gets interesting. During the Cold War, India reportedly showed interest in leasing the islands. However, in the 1990s, Myanmar reportedly allowed China to develop a radar and signals facility there, sparking decades of suspicion in New Delhi. Segment 2. The Chinese listening post theory. For decades, India has suspected that China operates a SIGINT signals intelligence base on Coco Island. Why? Because the islands are located at the same latitude as Rambili Naval Base in Andhra Pradesh, where India houses its nuclear ballistic missile submarines, SSBNs. If China's radar or communication intercept stations are active there, they can monitor Indian submarine movements, missile telemetry, and even radio signals from India's east coast bases, including Balasore Missile Test Range in Odisha. A SIGINT facility could help China analyze missile flight data, detect submarine activity, and track radar emissions, basically, peek into India's nuclear deterrence shield. Recent satellite images by Maxar Technologies, January 2023, revealed new construction. A 2,300-meter airstrip, 2 hangars, a radar dome, and an accommodation complex. Whether it's Chinese or Myanmar-operated, this modernization has raised serious alarms in New Delhi. Segment 3. India's growing concerns and Myanmar's refusal. In September 2025, India's Defence Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh visited Myanmar to strengthen defence ties and requested permission for Indian Navy officials to visit Coco Island. But Myanmar's junta denied the request even though they insisted no Chinese personnel are present. This refusal has deepened India's mistrust, especially after reports of China expanding influence across South Asia, from Gwadar in Pakistan to Hambantota in Sri Lanka and Chittagong in Bangladesh. Many Indian analysts see this as part of Beijing's string of pearls strategy, a series of ports and bases encircling
India. Segment 4. China's expanding footprint in the Bay of Bengal. China's presence in the Bay of Bengal is no longer subtle. It already operates a military base in Djibouti, and its vessels regularly patrol Gwadar, Hambantota, and Chittagong, forming what Indian strategists call the Triangle of Death around India. In 2023, China began building a new port at Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh, and its research vessels like Yuan Wang 5 frequently operate near Indian missile test zones, disguised as scientific missions. The Bay of Bengal is now a new theater for India-China rivalry, with Myanmar and Bangladesh becoming critical players. Through the China-Myanmar Economic Corridor, CMEC, Beijing has gained direct access to the Indian Ocean, bypassing the Malacca Strait, India's traditional leverage point over China. Segment 5. What's at stake for India? If Coco Island becomes a Chinese SIGINT base, it would give Beijing a front-row seat to India's most sensitive military secrets. It would also help China monitor Indian missile tests, submarine patrols, and even naval exercises conducted by the Andaman and Nicobar Command, ANC, India's Tri-Service Theatre Command. For India, this isn't just about surveillance. It's about strategic deterrence, freedom of operation, and maritime dominance in the Bay of Bengal. A Chinese foothold here could potentially neutralize India's advantage in the Indian Ocean region, especially around the Malacca Strait, through which nearly 80% of China's energy imports pass. Myanmar's refusal to allow India's inspection visit to Coco Islands sends a clear signal. The country is slowly slipping deeper into China's orbit. And as China continues to build its string of pearls around India, New Delhi faces a complex challenge. Maintain regional dominance, counter Chinese influence, and ensure no hostile eye watches its most guarded military assets. The Bay of Bengal may soon witness a new Cold War. And at the center of it all lies a small, obscure island chain, the Coco Islands.